We're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Chapter 4, The Law of Non-Resistance. Resist not evil. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Nothing on earth can resist an absolutely non-resistant person. The Chinese say that water is the most powerful element because it is perfectly non-resistant. It can wear away a rock and sweep all before it. Jesus Christ said, "Resist not evil," for he knew in reality there is no evil, therefore nothing to resist. Evil has come of a man's vain imagination or a belief in two powers, good and evil. There is an old legend that Adam and Eve ate of Maya, the tree of illusion, and saw two powers instead of one power, God. Therefore, evil is a false law man has made for himself. Sleep means that man's soul has been hypnotized by the race belief of sin, sickness, and death, etc., which is carnal or mortal thought, and his affairs have outpictured his illusions. We have read in a preceding chapter that man's soul is his subconscious mind, and whatever he feels deeply, good or bad, is outpictured by that faithful servant. His body and affairs show forth what he has been picturing. The sick man has pictured sickness, the poor man, poverty, the rich man, wealth. People often say, why does a little child attract illness when it is too young even to know what it means? I answer that children are sensitive and receptive to the thoughts of others about them, and often outpicture the fears of their parents. I heard a metaphysician once say, if you do not run your subconscious mind yourself, someone else will run it for you. Mothers often unconsciously attract illness and disaster to their children by continually holding them in thoughts of fear and watching for symptoms. For example, a friend asked a woman if her little girl had had the measles. She replied promptly, "Not yet." This implied that she was expecting the illness and therefore preparing the way for what she did not want for herself and child. However, the man who is centered and established in right thinking, the man who sends out only goodwill to his fellow man, and who is without fear, cannot be touched or influenced by the negative thoughts of others. In fact, he could then receive only good thoughts, as he himself sends forth only good thoughts. Resistance is hell, for it places man in a state of torment. A metaphysician once gave me a wonderful recipe for taking every trick in the game of life. It is the acme of non-resistance. He gave it in this way. At one time in my life, I baptized children, and of course, they had many names. Now I no longer baptize children, but I baptize events. But I give...
Ooh, I baptize events. I think we should let her go just 20 seconds more.
Success in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. In this, we see the great law of transmutation founded on non-resistance. Through his spoken word, every failure was transmuted into success. For example, a woman who required money and who knew the spiritual law of opulence was thrown continually in a business way with a man who made her feel very poor. He talked lack and limitation, and she commenced to catch his poverty thoughts, so she disliked him and blamed him for her failure. She knew in order to demonstrate her supply, she must first feel that she had received. A feeling of opulence must precede its manifestation. It dawned upon her one day that she was resisting the situation and seeing two powers instead of one. So she blessed them.
Okay, hey, she is on fire. Who is that, Andy? Florence Scovel Sheen, The Game of Life, Shin, and How to Play It. Man, listen, resonance. Listen, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, this grown-up talk right now. You and your partner going through it. Maybe y'all been through infidelity. Maybe the image of who you thought each other were was cracked, right? Y'all know these are real relationship issues, right? And then on top of that, oh, there's been a rupture, but we don't have the adequate tools to repair the rupture. But we don't want to leave each other because we know that the love is real, right? And so we're kind of limping through this experience with each other, and we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Listen to what I'm saying, right? And then something happens where maybe one of you guys gets an idea, right? Let's go see somebody. Let's go see a spiritualist, or let's go see a clinician to help us through the process. Now, watch this. If you have a good clinician, a good clinician will let you know when you're catastrophizing. Hey, it's not as bad as you're making it, sir. Guess what? All you have to do is reframe that negative thought. Hey, I notice you're ruminating on. Rumination has its own resonance. Do you see? Do you see? You get some people who are so afraid of being their true selves, they will hold on to a faulty excuse for not showing up for themselves or you. They'll hold on to it as if it's the gospel truth. Why? Because they resonate in this space to stay hidden. Self-revelation is the last thing they want. But that is what relationship is for. You've heard us break this down. We're talking about the law of resonance right now. Are you strong in your commitment to keep performing, living a lie, so long as you get what the wound wants? Do you see? That's going to create a certain level of incongruence. We talked about attachment styles, having a gravitational pull. Insecure attachment styles, gravitational pull. Why am I always attracted to the avoidant and they attracted to the anxious? Why is that there? Because it needs to be reconciled. You're not supposed to lean into it like it's a badge of honor. Oh, I'm avoidant. I'm an avoidant Scorpio. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, man, I'm a dismissive Capricorn. That's not how it works. Tonight's topic, the unseen spiritual laws of intimate relationships. All right? We're on episode 3, the law of resonance. When I say I love you, do I refer to you or the sensation I resonate with when I'm near you? That's not a trick question. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. When I say I love you, do I refer to you or to the sensation I resonate when I'm near you? What if compatibility reflects not harmony but shared unresolved frequencies? Yeah, you feel familiar. Yeah, because you've been carrying that sack of rocks in your spirit since you were a child. In what ways might trauma be the tuning fork that draws us into resonance with those who destabilize us? Does my attraction rise from essence or from energetic familiarity mistaken for intimacy? What if resonance is not about sameness, but about energetic invitation, a portal to the unknown? No, I don't want to go to the unknown. I need to know my wounds. And my wounds got soulmates. And I want to meet my wound soulmate. That's what I'm here to do, because when my wound has a soulmate, my life tends to quiet down. Yeah. Hey, listen to me now. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Could my desire to be understood signal a fear of being truly witnessed without narrative? What emotional frequencies do I broadcast unknowingly, and who is listening? Am I loving this person, or the way their wounds interlace with mine like puzzle pieces of karmic choreography? Like puzzle pieces of karmic choreography. Is dissonance in a relationship a rupture or an opportunity to retune our shared field? When does chemistry conceal codependence? Huh? You think you're not codependent just because y'all got chemistry? Hold on, 1-800-920. When does chemistry conceal codependence? In what ways does my resistance to leaving a toxic bond stem from vibrational addiction, not devotion? What if closure is not an event, but the moment I de-resonate from a loop of illusion? Huh? Who? Hey, I'm talking to somebody. Hey, you listening to the show right now. You know you hear me. Won't you just waddle your tail on over there and get to that phone and call me? You know I'm talking. What if closure is not an event, but the moment I de-resonate from a loop of illusion? Can two people evolve at different frequencies and still remain in loving resonance? If desire collapses into craving, has resonance collapsed into projection? So why does this matter? So many people are self-unaware, they don't know what they're projecting outward in terms of their vibration, in terms of their frequency. They have no idea. And what comes back, they're equally clueless. How many times have you sat on the porch with tears in your eyes, smoking a cigarette, saying, why? Why did I attract this mess? The fact that you got to ask, why did I attract this mess, is clear that you don't see, feel, or understand the disorganization in your own spirit. But you'll turn around and say, misery loves company. So do wounds. All right, we got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Let's go. JW, South Central Los Angeles. Man, our lines are jam-packed. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Now, you got to keep it brief.
Oh, my God, bro. I know, man. I've been trying to call first because it's hard to retain thought. But I have to reflect back to my wife and just realize that, I had to attract that because it was more of a lust thing or a preference or a thrill factor. And it was incorrect moral or just reasons, which was confined to the world or carnal or secular or out of the will of God and my will and my thrill. And BB King said, the thrill is gone. I had to wake up and come back to reality because I was in an illusion. This is what I wanted, so that's what I got. And by the way, I'm going to add this part once before you said how when you tell a person about this and that and the other, I gave her the whole script how to get the Academy Award that make me want to love her because I told her everything that I desired and wanted, and she fit the script and played the role and played me like a piano fiddle and all the above. She was a master musician. But it was my fault, that part.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through
that,
man,
Jay. No. Pain's the best teacher, man. Man, I love it because I had to learn. Oh, man, that part right there, that's a growth process. I had to have a paradigm shift, wake up, smell coffee, realize, man, that's why I listen to you, my brother, because I can identify. That's why men listen to you, because you're genuine, you're unique, you're honest, you're straight to the point, and you have a purpose, man.
Thank you, brother.
Right, recognize right. Real, recognize real. The word of God says if you don't give him praise, the rocks will cry out. So keep on speaking. Serve your purpose, man. Be blessed.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. You already know who that is. That's JW from South Central Los Angeles. Hey, LA is on the board. What city is next? When I come forward, the conversation continues.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-798-3399. That's 800-798-3399. 800-798-3399.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If it is true that your body is your unconscious mind, which I didn't know that, and it is true that it does not know the difference between a real event or an imagined event, can't you really use that to your advantage, though?
Of course, so let's talk about that, because this is because you do this really well. Mm-hmm. Because most people are waiting for their life to change, so they can feel gratitude, to feel abundance, to feel whole. You know, that's the old model of cause and effect, you know. So if you're living with emptiness, you're living with lack, you're living with pain, most people have been conditioned that something out there has to take away this emptiness or feeling inside of them. But if you believe that you're creating your life and you're living by lack, well, lack isn't going to create abundance, right? So then it makes sense then that you don't really actually create wealth, you generate wealth, you generate abundance. So the moment you start teaching your body emotionally what that future is going to feel like before it's made manifest, well, your body, as the unconscious mind, believes it's living in that future in the present moment. Now, it's a scientific fact that it's the environment that signals the gene, okay? The end product from an experience in the environment is an emotion. So when you begin to embrace an elevated emotion, you're beginning to signal the gene ahead of the environment. What's the importance of that? Well, genes make proteins, and proteins are responsible for the structure and the function of your body. And the expression of proteins is the expression of life. So by you creating an elevated emotion and teaching your body what that future will feel like before it's made manifest, your body's starting to live in that future reality in the present moment. Now here's the key. If you were able to become familiar with gratitude, become familiar with wholeness, become familiar with abundance, to become familiar with freedom, and you're able to generate those chemicals every single day, more than likely you would be walking around feeling like your future has already happened, and you would no longer be looking for it to happen. You would already feel like it has happened. Now, what is the importance of that? Well,
is that Bill Lipton? Who is that? Because the epigenetic game is cold-blooded. Man, the voice of reason is on complete fire tonight. If you're just tuning in, please understand that I have a whole series. And all week long, we've been going episode by episode deconstructing and demystifying this concept that you guys for the past 3 years have heard me mention, which is relationships are inherently spiritual. This is why I'm doing this series. And we're breaking down the unseen spiritual laws that are within intimate relationships that simply can't be ignored. Now, oftentimes they are ignored because you didn't know anything about them. Well, guess what? Now you got to move forward with the responsibility of this knowledge. Now you have to apply it. Man, we got callers on the line. I want to get everybody in here. Let's get them in. Let's get them in. We're going to Denver, Colorado. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? You already know who this is. This is Callie Soul Train. Talk to us, sister.
What up, y'all?
Oh, wait, that was Bob Proctor. I knew that voice. That clip was Bob Proctor. White hair? Yeah, that's Bob Proctor. We appreciate the clip. He dropped science. Sorry, Callie. How are you today?
No worries. Oh, man, I think I need an orthopedic surgeon over here. I feel like you and Niecy, y'all all up in my business.
Hey.
Vroom, vroom. This is good, though. When you talk about responsibility and awareness, like we do have to, when we see ourselves cutting up, when we see that attachment style raising up and doing something, we really do have to look at it, examine it, and check it. Like Penal Children was talking about the undoing, the transmutation. So recently what I caught from the attachment style, all this time I had been focusing on the mother wound. But I caught the father wound cutting up. And I was like, wait a minute. My partner is just an amazing father. And sometimes that means that he's not going to have time for me or whatever. And I found myself getting jealous. And I was like, what the heck is this? And I called over it for a few weeks, months even, and even consulted one of my elders, which was the wrong elder, because she came back with I don't mess with men with kids because he ain't going to never love you the way he loves his kids. Right. And I was like, okay, let me leave. Let me walk away from this conversation because I don't want to be over here. This doesn't feel good.
Right.
But when I really analyzed what was going on inside of me, that jealousy was coming from a father wound that I had. So I was ready to unplug, roll out, whatever. And it was like, no, you have to recognize the beauty in this. It's beautiful that somebody show up for their children, especially their daughters.
Wait,
like, this
Callie.
Is the thing where I was watching him.
Stay right there, Callie. Don't go nowhere because you are absolutely frying up some beautiful fish nuggets. It reminds me of that scene in the juke joint on Sinners. You are frying up some fish nuggets. Everybody gonna eat. Well, stay tuned. We going back to Denver, Colorado.
Before you walk out of my life, yeah. Remembering the good times.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tammy Eswick with BIN News Now. We're hearing from Black Congresswoman LaMonica McIver after she pleaded not guilty to federal charges that she interfered with federal authorities and their investigation on May 9th.
No matter what they put on their Twitter, we know that the facts are on my side, and we're going to be in court defending those.
McIver was there with several other black lawmakers, including Newark Mayor Ras Baraka, they say to inspect that ICE facility. And we're following a developing story. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was rushed to the hospital early this morning. Reports say he was at the Senate gym when he said he was feeling lightheaded. Turns out he was dehydrated, but he didn't find that out until he got to the hospital. This comes as meteorologists say today is the last day of a harsh June heat wave for some parts of the U.S. The Mid-Atlantic and Southeast have to wait until Friday. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You may not believe it, but leaving it better than you found it begins at home. For your next camping trip, pick the exchangeable zero-waste 1-pound propane cylinder. Find a retailer at littlecamper.com/radio. Little Camper, what fuels you?
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Hey, it's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Are you tired of stains stealing your shine? California Cleaners is where you go to rescue your wardrobe. They don't just clean, they elevate. Hand washing, crisp laundry, and precise alterations, all while keeping your wallet happy. Listen, all you gotta do is connect with them in the beautiful city of Inglewood. Whether it's grass-stained jeans, silk that's seen better days, or a hemline emergency before date night, you're on deck with California Cleaners, located at 1326 North La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
What is the meaning and the significance of life, if there is any at all? If we say there is, you've already committed yourself to something. Therefore, you cannot examine. You've already started with distortion. Or if you say there is nothing, no meaning to life, that also is another form of distortion. So one must be completely free of both the positive and the negative assertions. This is the real beginning of meditation. When you do not demand any experience, when there is no distortion and therefore no illusion, then only the mind, being free, is capable of looking at itself without any distortion. Distortion takes place when there is effort. Effort implies me and something I am going to achieve. Division between me and that. That division invariably brings conflict. Wherever there is division, there must be conflict. And so, meditation comes only when there is the complete ending of conflict. Therefore, every other form of meditation, where there is effort, practice, control, has no meaning.
That's why we call him Krishnamurti. Oh, he gonna tell you the truth and hurt your feelings. Krishnamurti, Lord, it has no meaning, none of it. The wounds. Oh man, I wish I could do a little bit better. I wish I could get a little bit more. And yeah, you've disrespected the magical sovereignty of right now, right? Oh, I wish you would change a little bit. I wish this would be this way. I wish this, that. He's saying real meditation is when you have a vacant mind. There's no desired outcome. How could the infinite need or want something? Oh, human beings have a conduit to reach the infinite through the raising of their consciousness. I told you before, self-realization, self-actualization, individuation, moksha, nirvana, ecstatic Christ consciousness, right? He's saying, he basically outlined positive or toxic positivity. He said, if you're coming from the screen of the past, you're going to be hopeful for the future because you can't stand right now, which is disrespectful to the now. Oh, my goodness. He said, that's why you don't know how to meditate, because begging is put into meditation because you don't like right here, right now. And then from the toxic positivity side, we'll be like, thank God for another day. You not happy to be here again? You just saying it because you think God wants you to say it. Come on, man. Let's put it another way. How might my type be a trauma pattern wearing Prada? How might my type be a trauma pattern wearing Prada? Oh, I'm here to break all the old cycles, man. I'm the destroyer. I'm here to tear it all down. That's what this show is about. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it. Oh, Callie Soul was in the middle of her own personal destruction by calling out her father wound. Please continue breaking this down for me, love.
So I was noticing, especially with his daughter, I would really get irritated and agitated, at just how he showed up for her in her life. And I didn't like the way it felt. And I know in the Course of Miracles, they always say, you can judge whether you are operating out of love or fear by the way you feel. If you don't feel good, that's fear. Jealousy is a form of fear. So I didn't like the way I was feeling, so I had to lean into it and move through it. And like I said, I was seeing that was my father wound, just not experiencing all the things that this beautiful young lady and her wonderful dad are experiencing today. Like, a part of me did not want to see that, didn't want to witness it, but I learned to move through it and see the beauty in it, and thank God that I was able to be here and witness him fathering in the way that he does, and witness her lavishing in it in the way that she does.
You know what? Let me just say this. I love your spiritual maturity. I mean, you're a beautiful woman. I seen you. Let me tell you something. I seen you. That man lucky now. He lucky. Yeah, I seen you. Yeah, I'm a saint. You hear me? I seen you, child. You was saint. You understand? You're a beautiful woman, right? But to be self-aware. Do you understand what I'm saying? Self-awareness is one of the sexiest characteristics. I talk to people, and listen, when I was younger, I'd wait for a self-unaware moment so I could pounce. I wanted to pounce on you and just tear you apart and just really rip you to shreds because you showed me this vulnerable moment. But as I've gotten older, I just stay quiet. But man, when somebody such as yourself gets on the radio, for Christ's sake, you on the radio, national, and say, yeah, I was jealous. Yeah, my shadow popped out. My father wound was triggered. Do you know how beautiful you are for that? That's amazing.
Hey, it's a thing. People be out here doing it, and they don't even understand why they do the things that they do. Right. And that's why I appreciate, like, you touching on the aspect of self-awareness, because a lot of times people are just doing things,
right,
and they don't even realize, why their actions are the way they are. And they'll just label it as, that's just the way I am,
Right.
Take it or leave it. And it's like, you might want to work on it. Deepak Chopra has this affirmation that he says, I'm going to make the decision that brings peace to everyone involved.
Mm.
So if whatever you're doing or whatever you're about to do, whatever decision you're about to make is only going to bring you gratification, not even peace, because a lot of times we mistake gratification for peace. That ain't peace. You just feel, you think you feel better because you hit a button or you popped off or something, but it's like, nah.
Just because you get what you want doesn't necessarily mean you got what you need.
You remember that? What's that? Ike and Tina got just what you wanted. Now you don't want what you got.
How about that, man? Hey, Callie, guess what you just did, sister?
Brought Denver in the house.
Come on, Denver, Colorado is in the building. Hey, man, we all over the country right now. Listen, if you want to join the conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, the deaconess is back in the building. Nikki from the SIP, get ready for food for thought.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Ron had a tax problem he just couldn't handle on his own.
I owed the IRS taxes for over 5 years, but I didn't have any money to pay the taxes.
Those years cost him dearly.
Most of it was fees and interest. It was horrible.
Ron finally called in the pros.
I called Optima Tax Relief, and boy, am I happy I did.
The leading tax resolution firm, Optima, is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've resolved over $1 billion for their clients. Ron was overjoyed.
They settled my account with the IRS. I was ecstatic. They are a lifesaver. They are. I am so happy.
Take Ron's advice and call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, don't do like I did and wait. Call Optima Tax Relief. Do it now. You'll be ecstatic like me.
Call 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you want to attract what you want, you've got to see yourself already with it. You've got to understand that you've already got it. Start to see yourself mentally. You've been given the faculties to do that. Use your imagination. See yourself already in possession of the good you desire. That will flip your mind onto a specific frequency. And you do think on frequencies. It's on that frequency that good you desire is going to start coming towards you, and you will start moving toward it.
So that is Bob Proctor right there. No, that's Bob with the white hair. That's Bob Proctor. That's exactly him. The person before was Joe Dispenza. Listen, we got heavyweights in here now. We got heavyweights on the VOR, man. They're going to share this wisdom. We're talking about resonance. Are you resonating at fear? Are you resonating at anger, resentment, mistrust, anxiety? Right? I'm asking. Whatever you kind of resonate on in terms of consciousness, you're calling it. A resonance is a calling. Man, here go our local deacon. From Mississippi, Nikki from the SIP. Oh, she's got food for thought. I'm going to get out of her way. What are your thoughts? Here we go.
I'm going to go quick. Brother Golden Film, I'm going to go quick.
Okay.
Our Jewish brothers and sisters, before they move into bed, when they open their eyes every morning, they say a prayer. It starts with Moda Ani. Grateful am I.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a small something, but it's not. In the Bible refers to legions of angels. Generally, 12 legions of angels is equivalent to 72,000 angels. If you said Moda Ani 3 times a day, you would have 216,000 angels from the God you serve bringing something positive in your direction. That's how you change your resonance if you don't know how.
Please text me the prayer. Please, I need it. Somebody, I need the prayer tonight.
Come on.
I need prayer tonight.
Y'all remember I called. I was in the depths of despair. I needed to listen to Chris Brown. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. When I can't get a picture of the positive, because I said that day when I called, hey, I'm in the depths of despair. I can't vibrate high enough. I got to get up higher. Moda Ani is a start. Thank you, God. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Adonai. However that Yon, however that goes for you.
Yeah, now, come on.
Just 3 times a day. Just 3 times a day to start with. Will get you a legion. 216,000 angels from the God you serve bringing something positive. Money, love, success. That's how you get in the place where you are what you trying to call in.
Oh, I love it.
Everybody knows that Abraham Hicks is crazy because she's talking about the vortex. Same thing.
I'm going to need that prayer. I need it now.
Heaven don't care about that part. The Bible in church, they tell you how you do it, the praise and worship. Hello, all the angels is listening. Come on down. They in here with us when we go to communion. They right here. That's how you do it. If you can visualize 216,000 angels moving positive towards you?
Lord have mercy.
Come on, man.
Uh-huh. And then after the angels show up, go to therapy, and then go pray, pray again. Come on.
Come on now.
Come on, mix it up.
You get the feeling bad. I'm sitting in traffic. I'm dealing with people who is crazy as all get out of Modani.
Right. Carry the angels into therapy. Go just in case the therapist is tripping.
Come on in there. Right out. Because if you get in, that's what she means about being in the vortex. When you resonate like that, if you sitting next to somebody with that resonance, you're going to get some too.
Right.
That's how you do it. That's a tool that you can use. It also does what Attila was talking about, which is gets us out of being attached to an outcome.
Right.
Because you're not attached to an outcome. If you are, is I want all of the 216,000 whatever positives they bring into me. I want that.
Right.
That's how you do it.
Oh, come on. Come on, Sister Nikki from Mississippi. I hope you beating the heat down there, but child, guess what you just did?
If you burn long enough, you don't even feel hot. I love everybody, and I brought the sip in the business.
Come on, Mississippi. Hey, that was a food for thought portion from our resident deaconess, Nikki from the SIP. Mississippi, I mean. Come on. The chat is on fire. We got one more caller. I want to get her on, but you're up against the clock, so you got to keep your thoughts very clear, concise, and short. We got less than 3 minutes. D from Detroit. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Basically, just listening, I realized genes. The genomes. So basically, when I was 15, I had a baby, and I stabbed my baby 82 inches away from his heart. His mom and pops was cops. I called them. They said, call the ambulance right now. He was screaming, I'm dying. It was 2 inches away from his heart. I didn't know that my father was in prison for whatever. And when he got out of Fido, I told him, I told the warden. They ended up letting him out after 26 years because he was doing life. And I had nobody. And basically, I realized that I probably did that to him. I have my father's genes. But then when my father got out, because I told him I don't have anyone, I'm suicidal, I was on a two-seater and a ventilator, I'm about to lose my life, and I worked for the hospital.
But
so,
sweetheart, D, you know, we literally right up against it right now. We right up against it. But listen, I'll be back tomorrow. If you call early, I'm going to pull you in early, okay? You brought Detroit in the building. Listen, I always say it. It's true for every show. I don't know anything. I have no idea of what I'm talking about, but I know how to start a conversation. And I think these conversations are important. I don't want to present myself as a writeaholic, somebody who knows everything, because I don't know anything. Every book I read makes me dumber. Doesn't make me better, right? I know less. But what I do know is we need each other. And I think this show is a place we can come and be vulnerable and honest. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Tomorrow, we have another episode, episode 4, in this spiritual series on intimate relationships. The VOR, live from KBLA. I'll see you tomorrow, which is my Friday. Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Zoran Mamdani